Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we will move on to the last series of Helsinki bus traffic, and by saying Helsinki bus traffic, I mean lines primarily serving Helsinki, Espoo and Vantaa and originating there. After that we get to the 900 series, after one exception, we get to the 900 series, which serve all the municipalities surrounding Helsinki, Espoo, Vantaa and Kauniainen, which are sort of, they're called the frame municipalities or the frame towns, which sort of surround the capital region, which is made up of Helsinki, Espoo, Vantaa, and let's not forget Kauniainen, although it's a suburb of Espoo with borders of its own. So let's go to the lines and create bus line 805. Sorry about that. Still the standard ticket prices. Won't be for long though, because I think the pricing is a bit, well, they're actually HSL, HSL buses. Maybe I should do with the standard pricing. I will have to figure that out. But we start in Itäkeskus. Then we stop at Itäpolku. At Kauppakartanon Kuja. At Asiakkaankatu. After that we stop at Voikukantie. Then the difficult option, Rusthollarin tie or Rusthollarin Kuja. The answer is Rusthollarin Kuja. And there we go. Then we stop at Klaavuntie. So we turn right before the shopping center, or actually after it, but okay, let's see here. So Klaavuntie is the next stop. I will now try to locate it on the Swedish-speaking map in order to see where it is located. Where the hell is Puotila? No, it's over here. So Klaavuntie, Klovusväin is somewhere over here, I guess. Now we need to be sharp and build a city road. So it's over. Oops. We also will need to be sharp and build a double track. There we go. Oh, the game seems to have been updated because there are now these train-like figures displaying which way the signals go. That looks nice. And after Klaavuntie, we will stop at the Puotilantie. Vuutvikorsväin. Oops. After Puotilantie, we're gonna turn left and stop at Juorumäki. Skvallabacken, or actually Skvallerbatchen in real dialects. There we go. After Juorumäki, we're then gonna stop at Puotilan Kartano, Botbygård, that's gonna be located in here. So the entire Puotila area is named after this place. There we go. After Puotilan Kartano, we will then have a left turn and stop at Puotilan Leinikki-niitty, Botbyleking, No, is it lake or lake? It's with E. This is something I always confuse because I write Swedish very rarely nowadays. I do speak it quite often still, but writing is very minimal, so some vowels are pronounced in a pretty similar way, but they're written differently, so this is something I have difficulties with. Although when I took the matriculation examination back in 2000 and something, that's almost 20 years ago, I did score the best score in the long Swedish language in Finland, only missing 2 points in the entire test, which means I made a single mistake. No, it's actually Leikkiniitty. What am I writing down here? Leinikki is a flower and Leikki is playing. And Puotilan Leikkiniitty. Then we're gonna stop at the Rantakartanunti, Strandgårdsvägen. That's absolutely right. No. Just a second. There already is a stop called Rantakart. Oh, yes. That explains things. And this actually means that I will not stop at Rantakartanontie because I've been told about a feature in the game, which I have previously failed to notice, or then it's a new feature. And oh, well, wait a second, this stop doesn't even require using it yet. Oops. Well, soon we will see what happens. So, there we go, we cross this. Well, there actually are also new signals here. There has been... Okay, let's see what other new things I can discover here. This is getting actually interesting because I've played this game for quite a long time. I started way back in 2021, I think, so that makes it 5 years. I've had long breaks in between though, but who cares about that? So that's Rantakartanointi. Let's actually build the line this far and go to lines. Where was I? I was in here. Turning there. There we go. And then we turn to Rantakartanointi, but we don't stop there yet because this is once again the question of the stop being on both sides of the crossing. So one-way buses stop here and the other way buses. Wait, what? Shit. Okay. Fine. You know what, never mind. Let's not stop at Rantakartanointi. Oh well, alright. Alright. You won. There we go. Then the following stop is Orvokki tie Fjolväin. And there we go. And after Orvokki tie, we then stop at Arhotie. Sorry about that. What's that in Swedish? Arhotie Sandarvsväin. Then we'll loop. And there we go. And there we go. Well, let's not build that section yet. It's pointless. After that, we will then stop at the Orvokki tie again. This is getting interesting. Then we will stop at the Puotila metro station, except that we won't because once again I put it to the wrong side of the crossing. Then we will stop at Nytorpin polku, written in a fairly strange way. Like I guessed, Nytorpin polku it is. No, wait. New Torpin or New Portin? New Torpin. I'm a bit tired. And then we'll also add an extra twist there. I wonder why that would be. After a new Torpin polku, we will then stop at Valkealantie. And now comes a fairly strange stretch of road, because this bus runs quite long distances, but it doesn't stop. I mean, I wonder what it's all about. But now we can build the blueprints, and then let's go back to the lines. Stop here at Rantakartanantie. Is that so? That is so. Then here at the Orvokkitie and Arhotie both stops. Again at Orvokkitie. Now let's see what happens. Oh yes, have a look at it. This is the feature I was tipped about. It can stop a second time at a stop by pressing Alt. Great, that seems to work. Let's have a look at it later, and then we're gonna stop at Valkealantie. Then after Valkealantie, we will stop at Huntutie, and once again, Huntutie is fairly far out. Absolutely no stops. And it's actually all the way in here. And now let's see how we'll get there. Obviously the route goes through here. I will need to move those, by the way. And I think that road is the thing which it runs through. That's right. So this is also a fairly interesting intersection which has been built at some point and lost its original form. Makes absolutely no sense. So we've reached the existing roads again, and then let's move the signals slightly. Let's build the blueprints, get the lines, and have a look. Valkealantie was over there, and then we stop at Huntutie. So that's 1.4 kilometers through the suburbs without stopping. And it gets even stranger, because the following stop is at the Mellomäki metro station. And in order to get there, in order to get there from there, you serious? Well, okay. There is, I think, still something I don't understand. understand here. Or I'm perhaps not really on the map here. Yes. So this should be Huntotie, Slöjväng, right? That's absolutely right. This time, to avoid confusion, I will exceptionally create the route from this direction, because I know I am confused. There we go. And then what happens is that we take a tight right in the next possible crossing, which does not end in a dead end. And then I guess we take left here. And you're claiming that there are no stops, absolutely no stops for any buses in this area. Well, of course there is a one-way stop called Rekikuja Sledväin, right in the middle of here. So, whoops, no doubles here. Then let's connect it to the network over there. Then let's check for other one-way stops here so that I won't be making the same mistakes again. And of course there is. There is Uusillanrinne, Nybro-Brinchen. So only one-way stops. I'm surprised, really. I would have done this as a double if I had noticed them. Then, a third one. That's gonna be Ojapuisto, Tiichesparchen. Oops. And let's connect. Then what? Oh yes, Huntotie, then Mellumäki, but what's here in between? Sinkiläntie, Oh no. Oh no, it gets stranger. Because we're not going there. Before that stop. What the actual... I don't know who's in charge of this line. There is absolutely nothing I understand anymore. Because from here, we go into here. And then we turn left. There are a couple of schools here, but no stopping. No stopping, the bus is running. And it will be running until we reach the Mellumäki metro station over here. Now great, what's gonna happen after that? I don't know. I'm still gonna have to put in stops to this reckless stretch of no man's land with so many potential passengers being forced to walk massive numbers of kilometers just to reach their nearest bus stops. Of course, it's all covered by the company, but still a very strange route. And like I said, this is one of the reasons why I don't like the minibus lines. I mean, there is no logic. Sometimes they stop at all the schools and nursing homes and things, and sometimes, like in here, they just skip several of them. So these pupils are not entitled for bus transport. I'm sorry. And also, if you want to travel from this Colonial Garden in here to Mellumäki, that's also not possible. Not possible. Can't be done. There is no stops. There are no stops. We will not transport you. Another fairly interesting point. So there we go. That's probably the strangest leg I've ever built on any line. And oops. Yeah, they were one-way stops. I almost forgot. So the following stop is over there. Wait, what? Yeah, it's absolutely the thing. It would be easier to go another route. But unfortunately, why not actually allow it? I mean, there's absolutely no reason why the bus should be running that route. So let's take that route instead. This is the freakiest line I've ever seen. So then we're gonna stop at Sinkilantie, which I almost just created, because Sinkilantie Märlvein is gonna be located in here. All right, absolutely right. Oh, another nightmarish crossing has been born here. Great. So after Sinkilantie, we're then gonna turn right. And next stop at Ohralantie. And I think that one exists. That's absolutely right. So let's guide the line to Ohralantie. Not from there. There we go. Oops. Nope. Oops. Oops. And there we go. Let's build these blueprints then. So no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Länsimäentie. It was Sinkiläntie and Ohralantie. That's right. That's absolutely right. Then it's gonna be Humikkalankuja. Where is that? Nowhere to be. Oh yes, it's gonna be over here. But shit. Okay. So let's create another stop called Humikkalankuja in here. Delete the station. Yeah, that's right. Well, at least that platform extending feature still seems to stand despite the one-way stop feature having ended. Well, then let's connect this part of the road with the Häyhäntie, or not Häyhäntie. Can't remember the name of it, but as no, wait, what? Yeah, it's Ohralantie. Yeah, that's right. The Linnanherantie is a joker. Is a sort of a joker because or joker option because it's once again located in the wrong place for this line, but it's located in the right place on the line facing the other way. So I think I will just add it as a stop to lines going both ways. There we go, and let's catch up with the line and stop there at Linnanherantie and there at Humikkalankuja. Then it's gonna be Häyhäntie. Right. There we are. The following stop is then Lallukantie. Well, in here it's called Karjatanhuan polku, so let's see if there has been another name change there. It's Häyhäntie. Wait, what did you say, Humikkalankuja? I'm completely lost with this one. Oh yeah, it was a one-way stop there. Yeah, that's right. So, Karjatanhuan polku is the next stop I have listed on this map. Oh yeah, it's named differently to both directions, so let's just use this one. Then obviously Lallukankuja. And then the Myllypuro metro station. So we're actually going to continue straight from there and stop there at Myllypuro metro station. Then let's see what we have here. Okay. Why would you do that? We will stop here at Jauhokuja. What's that gonna be in Swedish? Mjölgränden? No. Okay. So Jauhokuja is gonna be in here. Because these are both one-way stops. And the Myllypuro healthcare station is gonna be over here. There we go. Then let's loop it. Not the most beautiful. Oops. Beautiful of loops, but it does. Oops. Does its work. There we go. From the Jauhatia stop, then we're once again going to connect to this road. And there we go. And then we need. So I really didn't take into consideration that there would be a tunnel needed under this metro track. I would have built it on a bridge. In that case, that would have made things a lot easier. But then, I guess what's going to happen next is a turn this way. A requirement to move the signals slightly, because there is other traffic in here. And then let's build the blueprints. So we stop at first at Jauhkuja, and then at Myllypuron Terveysmä. It does work this way in real life. This is not saving on stops. Then we're gonna stop at the Karistimentie. That thing should exist. And then we're gonna stop at Myllyrengintie. Aha. Wait, what? Okay. After Myllyrengintie, we're gonna stop at Hallainvuorentie. No, that cannot be right. The Hallainvuorentie needs a second stop. And it's gonna be in here. This is not a stop of its own. It's once again the Hallainvuorentie stop. It's a separate stop really, but I just want to avoid creating stops with several stops with the same name. So because this option is in the game, I will not be afraid to use it. So after oops, I did cut that corner bit. Well, no harm done. After Hallainvuorentie, we're gonna stop at no. What the hell? I'll let it pass now. The following stop would be Hallainvuorentie, but I will name it Hallainvuori. Thanks and goodbye. So those two stops have changed names. So Hallainvuori. Oh, not there. Hallainvuori, Hallonberget. What? What just happened? Oh. Oh, oof. That thing really should be fixed. There we go. After Hallainvuori, Well, the joke is it doesn't end here. We're gonna stop at Harakkamyllintie. Harakkamyllintie. Okay. Holkvarnsvein. There we go. After Harakkamyllintie, we're gonna stop at Orpan Porras and Neulapadontie, which for some reason exist here. The Orpan Porras stop, of course, is in the wrong place. I will not be bothered moving it now, so we won't stop there. Absolutely magnificent. But luckily, the 800 series are the last set of Helsinki minibus lines, and I hope that the following city I'm entering has created them in a much nicer way. Or preferably does not have them at all. Thank you for your attention to this matter, as that one certain president says. Then we're gonna stop at Neulapadontie, and finally at Myllypadontie, which is in here, and it's called Kvarndamsvein. Wait, don't. Oh yes. So Myllypadontie, Kvarndamsvein. It's gonna be over here. And so another building operation is drawing to a close. If this was the first minibus line in eastern Helsinki, I somehow don't want to know what's coming. But of course, we will all see that tomorrow. And there we go. And now I will have to figure out how to get this thing back. To Itäkeskus. So let's see. Luckily, wait. Yeah, you can do it like that, and then okay, this new feature seems to work. What was I about to say? I've really slept too badly. In the past few days. And then we're gonna stop over there, and then we're gonna take this new part of the line. Here we go. Glad there was some use for it. Would have been fairly, let's say, disappointing if I would have built a full road and nobody would have used it. Second stop at Arvokitie. So now you can stop unlimited time. So great, 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 great. Then after that stop, we will go back and not stop there. Instead, we'll stop here and there and over there and over there and over there and why wouldn't we stop there? Because it's in the wrong place, right? Whoa, there it is. And then let's have a look at the timetable. Then let's have a look at the timetable. I believe I did all this work for one daily line. Oh no, this thing really runs. And the shortest interval is 40 minutes. Well, I sometimes get surprised, so let's go get a nice little Citroën jumper in here. Let's clone it. Make it number 35. And put it on line 805, which is over there. And because it takes 1 hour and 40 seconds to run it, we will actually need a second one. And a third one. And do we reach 40 minutes now? Yes, we do. So, roads have been built, a line has been created, buses have been bought, and everything is up and running. There will be a new video tomorrow, so until then, bye!